Millennial Gaze.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Girl Made Money. Happy getting off the Thanksgiving. It's a homie Katie over here.
In Pennsylvania, we used to call this the first day of hunting season because we still have off school.
Oh, okay. So you get.
I think they changed the rules now to hunting starts on Saturday, but
do you get like a longer Thanksgiving break?
It's only from last Wednesday to today.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, Dalios? No, that makes sense. Like ours started like last Friday and just went around. You know what I mean? So that's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, we got a few things to talk about. I hope everybody's rested and is warm. It's cold as shit in both places here on the East and the West Coast. So,
and windy.
Yeah, it's very frigid here. Today I got my tea, which is a little different, but I don't know. I just was feeling chilly, and we're here to just cover a few things that happened over the break. Annabelle, I'm really annoyed that you opened the door right at the beginning of the show, but anyway,
I feel like it's more than a few things at this point.
Yeah, a lot when it just made me feel like covering this show. I guess I want to start off with this. Like, it's like we can't have shit. We can't have nothing good. Like, it's always like some bullshit on a day to day. It doesn't matter, especially working and learning how to work in this kind of environment, doing this type of work. You kind of have to stay on it. And so even though I wasn't really like actively reporting or anything or like,
hey, Deanna.
Hey, what's up, Deanna? It just like, it's always kind of in the back of my head just so I don't miss anything. And it's just like, damn, bro, we cannot have a regular schmegler just one day off. Why can't people just go home and be alone? You know what I mean? If you're like having a miserable day on Thanksgiving, because I understand it's not a very happy holiday for some people for various reasons, but that doesn't mean you got to go make everybody else shit miserable, especially when everything is pretty much just miserable all the time. And so that's what just kind of where I've come to. It just seems like I think we are becoming desensitized and normalizing this these things that are just day to day, a whole bunch of bullshit, and numbing ourselves to it is scary. But I even within myself am starting to feel that like I'm becoming a little bit desensitized to all of this daily noise,
Well, especially because it's getting to the point now where it's just so much.
And
it's like, it's not even like some of the smaller things anymore that's happening in multiples every day,
right?
And so that itself is just exhausting. And I even tried like on Thanksgiving Day to be like, I'm not gonna say anything, just gonna try to enjoy the day and spend time with my family. But then stuff just got brought up and I was like, nope, can't stay silent.
And good. Yeah. You want to share anything about your Thanksgiving before we get started?
Well, the only thing that kind of surprised me but didn't was we were having a conversation with my cousin, and my aunt and my uncle were there, and two cousins who they're my dad's cousins, but everybody's just like a cousin or whatever in our family. So my dad's cousin and her wife, they're a lesbian couple. And so it was my parents, maybe not, maybe it was just my mom, myself, my dad's cousin and her wife, my aunt and uncle, and then my cousin is a National Guard vet. He did 2 tours in Iraq and a tour in Afghanistan, and now he's a cop. But he's not like your typical, super typical, that kind of thing with all that. But he still likes to like stir the pot. And at one point he was like, oh man, I love Peter Thiel. That guy's hilarious. I was like, oh sweet Lord on high. No.
That is like the worst one to like love. Oof.
And he was like, but his reasoning was about like he loves that he's giving like talks about the Antichrist or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you do know he's creating spyware to literally spy on everybody and track everybody's movements. And he's responsible for people like JD Vance. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, so shut your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Um it's exhausting.
That was the only thing though, but
That's good. That's good. Yeah, you know what? We kind of took it easy.
Hey Jazzy.
Yeah, we took it easy. We had some food. You know, my neighbor across the street had the leg lamp lighting, and then also what else did we do? We had a whole bunch of stuff go on.
Yes,
Just
Jazzy, I agree. Peter Thiel is the Antichrist.
yeah. Um and just very small kind of. We got a whole bunch of food cooked up, family stuff, working on a puzzle, hanging out here. I didn't really want to do much of anything. Right, Annabelle?
You and your puzzles, dude.
Yeah. She her and Niall, my boyfriend, got to hang out, and she was very happy. Her boyfriend, I'm sorry, excuse me, your boyfriend got to hang out. Ugh, crazy.
One time, Deanna says, one time in elementary school, I told off my grandma at Thanksgiving because she made a racist joke, and my mom had to pull me aside and tell me to chill out. I can see your mom doing that, Deanna. Also, did I meet your grandma at your wedding? Because I think I did. But anyway.
Okay, so y'all homies. Anyway, so you know,
we were in each other's weddings.
Oh, nice. That's sweet. Annabelle, you want to be in somebody's wedding? Here, well then go ahead and move out the way and I'll make sure that happens. Let me just close the door. Why don't you just get us started with our first segment? Okay. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
That's what I thought. All right, let's get into.
And we're just gonna go ahead and get into it.
Our millennial minutes. Woohoo! Let me put up this.
What you looking at?
So for all you millennials out there, you gotta love some Hey Arnold. Because I know I do. Oh no, what did I do? My technology today is
damn episodes that Hey Arnold has ever given us, and I'm here to break it down for you. It starts with Arnold watching what they're calling the Mayflower christening, which when I saw what this was, I said, oh, this about to be some bullshit immediately. Anything with Christopher Columbus, bullshit. But this is essentially a tradition that they do in Hey Arnold City where they break a glass of wine, and this is the beginning of Thanksgiving. Then the next day, Arnold goes to school, and they're doing a reenactment of the Pilgrims meeting the Native Americans for the first time. We know that's a damn lie, but I let him have it because it's a cartoon. So backstage, it's clear that Arnold is not excited about Thanksgiving at all. So his friend is like, bro, you don't like food, you don't like family, why you don't like Thanksgiving? He like, my grandma got dementia and she cannot remember that it's not Thanksgiving. We always playing 4th of July and grilling hot dogs on Thanksgiving because of my grandma. And everybody was just like, oh. But Arnold brushes it off. He goes on stage and he reenacts what they are calling the perfect American Thanksgiving dinner. And one of his co-stars is Helga. Oh, God. Helga also shares that she has 3 main reasons that she hates Thanksgiving as well. 1, her insensitive ass father only watches football and does not pay attention to the family the whole day. 2, her goody two-shoes ass sister will come in the house with 16 bags of groceries and will make Helga do all the hardest work and then will take credit for making the whole meal. And 3, the only reason her sister got to get all them groceries because her drunk ass mama can't put the smoothies down and ends up burning all the regular food. So they got to go out and make some more. It's Thanksgiving morning and Arnold walks downstairs and sure enough, he sees his grandmama downstairs like a cast member of Hamilton. The rest of the boarding house just kind of accepts their fate. And they like, girl, we gonna go upstairs on this roof in this 20-degree weather and do what we need to do because our ass crazy and I don't want to hear him out. But Arnold has had it up to here because he is now being forced to dress like Benjamin Franklin or what kind of looks like Stevie Wonder if he was white without locks. Jesus. He was given that. And Arnold is like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, in Helga's house, her sister is taking all the credit for the meal that she knows Helga sat down and helped her make. And that's why later on in the season, she get lied, cheated on, and left at the altar with her bitch ass. Anyway, they asked Helga to say what she thankful for, and Helga's like, I ain't thankful for none of you all. And nothing about this place makes me want to be thank or full. So Big Bob Beaver, bad built ass, gonna tell her to go upstairs. And Helga like, fine. But Helga decides to leave the house, and lo and behold, who she run into but Arnold. So they end up going to the same period that did the Mayflower christening, and they end up seeing one of the boats crash. So they like, you know what? Maybe we just need to go on to Mr. Simmons' house, because that play that he had let us know that maybe his Thanksgiving is actually fun. So they hop on the subway and take their narrow asses down to Mr. Simmons' house. And as they peek into the window, this is what they see in the dining room. But when they enter, this is what meets them. Baby, this is when it get interesting. Mr. Simmons introduced this woman as his mom. He introduces this man as Uncle Chuck, this woman as Joy, and this man as his friend, Peter. And it becomes very clear that Peter is Mr. Simmons' man, and his mama is not having it. And baby, Peter is not having it, right back with her ass, and I had to stand. At one point, his mama gonna suggest that Mr. Simmons take Joy to the ballet. And because Mr. Simmons is kind, he like, oh, I like the ballet. Peter said, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch. Friends, if you ever get hit with this eyebrow, the answer is no. I'm here to tell you that right now. The answer is no, and don't fucking ask me no more. So at this point, Helga leaning over to Arnold like, bruh, this shit crazy. Even his family ghetto as hell. What is we gonna do then? And his family ghetto, bitch. And then Arnold realizes that these names are the same names of the characters that were in the school play, but just vastly different, vastly. So at one point, all hell just breaks loose. Uncle Chuck over there eating the whole turkey. Joy is just sobbing for no damn reason. And Mr. Simmons' mama and his boyfriend is going to fuck at it. And Mr. Simmons can't do nothing about it. At one point, Joy chokes on something. And Mrs. Simmons got to save her ass. And I caught this weird, really weird clip in between the frames. And Arnold and them go in the kitchen. They like, shit, maybe our families ain't too bad. We should take our ass home. Mrs. Simmons coming there and he is having it. And Arnold and them are like, look, our families is messed up. Your family messed up. Welcome to America. And somehow Mr. Simmons convinces them to go back home. And when Helga arrives, her mom is on the phone with Maxine Waters, and her daddy is about to go outside and get the Hummer and go find his daughter because they think that this girl's missing. And her narcissistic ass sister has even created a missing poster for this child. Award-winning Olga protect his sister. This bitch, I would have to read her another day. And once Helga explains why she left, she says, you know what, you right. We're going to sit down. We're going to put your little art piece in the center and we're going to have a good Thanksgiving. But when Arnold gets back home, it looked like America lost the war. And his petty ass grandpa with this very interestingly drawn chin is sitting there cloaked up. But it turns out it was a joke and it was a surprise party. And they have all decided that they will have Thanksgiving dinner and stop being weird as hell. But not before his grandma busts off the pyrotechnics. And that, my friends, is why Hey Arnold is one of my favorite shows. Let me know which episode y'all want me to break down next. This is one of the messiest damn episodes that Hey Arnold.
I want to watch every breakdown that she does of Hey Arnold episodes.
They're so good.
That was glorious.
Yeah, they're so good. There's a few different ones she does, and other shows as well.
I would love to see her talk about Helga Pataki and her obsession with Arnold.
Oh,
and,
dude.
His freaky ass shrines, her freaky ass shrines.
I rewatched through Hey Arnold maybe like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. Not that long ago. I was just able to kind of sit back and watch through every episode. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I highly recommend. It's a good time. I ship Helga and Arnold like so much. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for them to get together. Anyway, who we got next? Carolyn Levitt's nasty ass dinner.
KKK line Levitt. Oh boy.
Yep. Yeah, I want to.
We're going to be going through Caroline Levitt's botched Thanksgiving dinner because I saw this against my will on her Instagram story. Someone sent it to me and they said, Mercedes, what do you notice? I went through it. I saw who posted it and I said, oh my gosh, what happened? This is Caroline Levitt's bird.
She
whipped this up and she threw it in the oven. And I want you to tell me what you notice about it.
That is still.
Yeah, that's right.
Close.
Normally, when we cook turkeys, we use something called seasoning, right? Like fresh herbs and dry herbs and butter, and we shove it underneath the skin, and we do the same thing to the outside of it to make sure it's really flavorful and juicy. No, not Kay Levitt. Okay, she just threw a single bay leaf on the drumstick and called it a day. But don't worry, it gets worse. This is the whole plating of the Thanksgiving, and we're going to go through each of these sides because it's kind of horrific.
That looks like some.
But first, I do want to do a notable mention to the turkey as it's finished. That is the driest looking turkey I have ever seen. Now we're going to move on to the carrot green bean dish. I don't know if you're starting to spot the trend here.
Lazy?
Don't worry. Let me show you the mashed potatoes. It might solidify the trend for you.
What?
You can count the flecks of pepper in those mashed potatoes, Levitt. What is going on? Now we're going to move on to the macaroni.
there's like nothing on it.
I don't know. It's kind of poetic. An unseasoned dry Thanksgiving for an unseasoned dry person. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow. Are you on my face again? Thank you. Goodbye. We're going to be going through
macaroni no cheese, bro. Like,
okay, that was like the blandest Thanksgiving I've ever seen in my life.
Them green beans look and carrots look like they were just.
It also like, just looked. No, I do think that her personality has a little more spice because she's always just like, oh my God, these people are lying all the time, and the president is so transparent. But, her face can barely move anymore due to all the lip fillers.
Dude, no, but look at the still shot if you could still pull it up. Like right at the very beginning. I don't know if you can before you press play. But anyway, there's a picture. You don't even got to do it. Don't even worry about it, Katie. But like her whole lip. It's like, yeah, look at that shit, bro.
She has no top lip.
All the lies done burnt her shit clean off, bro.
She's got no lip.
That's why she can't have no spice, because her shit she can't taste none. She can't even wrap her lips around her food. That's crazy. That's the first thing I noticed about that whole clip.
No wonder her husband is so old. He won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine with that.
Well, he's like, dude, I know. She's not even 30.
Damn, she ain't even hit 30 yet?
No.
Oh, damn. Girl, you're not even a millennial? Oh, that's fucked up. And you already done burnt off your lips? Oh, shit, bro.
I saw the one day too, like it was like take your kid to work day, and she was like sitting at a computer like holding, it looked like she was breastfeeding her son, and her son looked to be 2 or 3. It's like, girl, he should be eating food by now. I mean, I never breastfed, I just formula fed, but like if a kid is old enough to stand up at your titty when you're sitting down, you don't need to breastfeed no more.
Yeah, that's actually really weird. Yeah, I don't like that image. Let's move on. So this is the Macy's Day Parade, and
I love it.
And I absolutely love that. So let's enjoy what it should really be about.
The crowd is about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the crowd is about it. And I did some research. About Macy's. They have been anti-Trump for decades. They stopped selling anything Trump related when he made fun of that reporter like 10 years ago.
Oh,
they completely cut ties with all products and anything related to Trump. So having
interesting. I did not know that. I was a little confused. I'm like, that's interesting. And then I heard that they have the Native American dancers come out first every year. And I was like, for a company like Macy's, that seems a little like, why is that? So I don't know. Maybe Macy, whoever that
Macy's is. Also, okay, so it wasn't the reporter. It was when he made controversial remarks about Mexican immigrants during the launch of his campaign. So complete termination of the Trump brand, stating that this does not line up with our company values. They were one of the first companies to really express concern regarding his views on tariffs. And
okay,
they,
Macy, I see you.
Yeah. So they don't mess around.
They've been about it for a while now. I did not know that. Thanks for that little tidbit. I'm glad I threw that in because
I'm getting so tired because it's like at this point it's people are always like, okay, what companies can we support during all this? And when I watched the Thanksgiving Day parade and I saw that clip that we just played specifically, I was like, I'm gonna look into this. And then I found that out that they've been anti-Trump for a while.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I mean, they don't carry any real like political things, but he's the first candidate that they have been openly saying no.
Like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a reason why they're still kind of like up and running. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially
I would have thought that it would have been one of those companies that would have kind of fell off early. But that might have something to do with it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
They're keeping their energy clean. All right. So anyway, that is our first little Millennial Minute segment. I hope y'all enjoyed some fun stuff before we get into, you know, the nasty territory and all that stuff. So not so thankful Thanksgiving is our next segment. So just be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share and invite friends to come watch. I hope you guys are staying warm. It's cold as fuck out here. Not really enjoying it. But before we get into it, not so thankful Thanksgiving, we got some updates on the boycott from Black Friday all the way till today, which it's still going. And
it's still Cyber Monday.
Yeah, it's still Cyber Monday. So I still highly recommend everybody stay and hold fast at least until tomorrow. But
you know, and the discounts aren't even that great.
Actually, we're gonna learn something new about that. But Annabelle, I swear to God.
All right, let's get into this.
Yeah, go ahead and play.
And the crazy thing to me is that you have Target employees, whistleblowers, saying that the prices were raised. We've been known that they're doing this, but this year they've been blowing the whistle, you know, because of the boycott, that Target is raising the prices and then doing the deals to bring the prices back down to the original fucking price. And people are knowingly going there to get scammed because Americans are not ready for revolution. Capitalism will always win out, apparently. So fucking annoying. It's so fucking annoying. They'll sit there and complain about the state of the world, the fact that we don't have healthcare and whatnot, and they will continue to support the fucking system. The reason our politicians don't take us seriously and don't do fucking shit is because it doesn't matter. They will be angry for a second, do a quick No Kings protest, and go right back to work on fucking Monday.
Right.
Sitting there in the fucking cold to go into fucking Target knowing that there is an ongoing boycott. The economic boycott right now, but Target has been boycott for the past year. And I get so riled up about these things, and then I feel bad that I get riled up about it. But honestly, I'm allowed to be angry because how hard is it to die to yourself a little bit? How hard is it to do the right thing and find something else to do so that way you can do the right thing instead of spending money on these corporations that literally do not give a flying fuck about us? I'm going to continue to do the work that needs to be done on my end, but I have no hope for the American populace. I have no hope for white people because they'll sit there and argue you down, make excuses for what they do. Instead of addressing their complicity within the system, they got to put the onus on you. No, you got to be nicer and talk to me nicer. Otherwise, you're going to make me racist.
Jesus Christ.
Be racist then. I don't want to be around you. And that's the thing, too. When you tell them that you don't want to deal with them anymore, you don't want to have any contact with them or have them in your space, that's when they get really, really upset because they think they are owed your space. Colonization.
No. Did y'all hear about what happened with this Target thing? So there's a whole bunch of people that still decided to take their dumbasses out there, right? Wait in the cold in front of Target because they had a swag bag, right? And it actually, the tote bag was dope. So I'm hoping that one of those motherfuckers just turn up somewhere and I could just, snatch up on that shit. Cause it was like a nice, shiny, very big bag. I could use one of those. But anywho, neither here nor there. And there was like some Uno cards, some lip gloss, like some like beverage packages you could put in there. Like a sample size and some a sample size of like nerd candy clusters, gummy candy clusters, which are fire, but a little bag like this big, and like one other thing, some dry conditioner or shampoo or some shit, right? And it was like a little pile, no coupons, nothing. And in a bag like bigger than this screen, and it was just like a little tiny pile at the bottom. And people waited in line for hours for that shit. It's all over TikTok. It's all over Instagram. It's all over everywhere. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, it's kind of hilarious how mad people were. So if you kind of want a little schadenfreude, there's some for you. Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
I remember the days of Black Friday shopping, like years ago, when like my mom and I would get up at like 5 a.m. because the mall was like 45 minutes away, and we would go shopping, and it would be these sales of like t-shirts for $5, and like all the clothing was $5, and everything was under like literally $10. And now like we'd be done by 7:30 in the morning, go for breakfast and go home.
Yeah.
Now it's like you barely get a carton of milk for $5.
Yeah, and people are just crazy. Like, why? Like, y'all didn't hear?
And Temu clothes suck. I bought leggings off of Temu, and they do not fit, and they're awful. I don't.
And they take like a million years to even get to you.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, it's like, did y'all not hear about the boycott? Did y'all not hear about in the entire year that Target has been losing money and shit? That there might be something.
Theirs have gone down like crazy.
Yeah, so like I don't understand. That's not even. I can kind of get, like Home Depot, because that didn't get like boycotted until later, like officially. But Target has been on the list since he got into office all year. Like Black people literally were like, we ain't going to Target at all ever, right? And Lowe's, yeah. And then all these people are going here all flabbergasted, like, oh, what's wrong with Target? What happened? Oh my, and it's like, bro, it's been a whole year that we've been on this, talking about this, like updating you on what's going on with them and everything. And it's just like, I hate stupid people. I really, really want this to stop, because we are just dealing with the stupidest of people at this point, and it's driving me fucking crazy. All right, let's keep going.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really not wrong. So if you can't read the caption in this on the video, it says, she missed her flight because of protesters. Sure, that was it.
This is the same dude, by the way.
We talked about this on the newest episode of the podcast. White people are not ready for revolution. Like, as much as, they may say they are not ready for revolution, because their comfort comes before anything. They're not ready to give up their place, their position within a system of white supremacy. Their comfort. Because what happens during a revolution, you lose all of those privileges that you had. You lose that step up. Everyone becomes or will be on a level playing field, and white people are terrified of that. And part of going into revolution, protests are not meant to make you feel good. Does it suck that she missed her flight? Sure it does. But protests are there to cause a disruption, to get people angry enough to, you're not supposed to be looking at the protesters angry. You may be grumpy. You're supposed to look at the reason why people are protesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to get you up and out of your seat and angry at those in power who are causing these protests. Like I said, white people are not ready for revolution. Their comfort comes first.
The reason why, yeah, go ahead and go ahead and you first.
I do agree with Jazzy's comment. She says, if we had a countrywide blackout for even a day, people would lose their minds. And it's true. But we also have to remember, and I'm not standing up for white people, because I agree. I don't think that people are ready for any type of revolution because of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
But so, as Jazzy said, the government especially has designed this country to be so that people can't even afford to do a blackout for a day. And that's the fucked up part about it.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you do, there's always going to be still people who buy stuff, or there's always going to be people who care more about convenience than about other people and have no empathy. So that's my thought.
Yeah, that's the issue. And so I didn't bring this up. I don't know. I saw it like before I started putting the doc together and then think to save it. But it was about the general strike. And this woman was just saying, like, to have a general strike, you have to have like it be organized, because oh my God. And because you have to have mutual aid. You don't know how long you're going to be, walking out of your job. Everybody's going to lose everything. And that's why all this hope shit and all this hope talk, this right here, this conversation right here is why I am like, I don't know. I think we're just, I don't know. I don't know how far this is going to go down, because nobody seems willing to even put in any work. I mean, at all, or really do like what needs to be done. But I'm going to guarantee you this, just because you can't. And the thing is, with a general strike, it's cutting off the system that you're enslaved to, literally. So that idea that you just brought up, Katie, as much sense as it makes, but it doesn't make any sense at all, because we're feeding into the system that's oppressing us. The point of the strike is to turn that shit off and cut it off, so that they have to engage with us. So I don't give a fuck how uncomfortable you are, but guess what? You're gonna be uncomfortable one way or another. You're just kicking the can down the road. And by the time we get to where you finally are uncomfortable without putting in the work, when we could have done it now,
it's too late.
It's way too late. You're done. So, hey,
some of the stuff we're going to talk about a little later in the show is not helping, but people are starting to really wake up, because other countries are starting to get involved, because it has to do with war crimes. But that's a little bit of the show. So
yeah.
Let's look at
this comment first.
Yeah, sorry. So it says, this is a capitalistic, selfish society. People will buy things from companies, even if those companies are killing people. We've been conditioned to. Some of us do break free from it.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be an ongoing conversation, I think, for a while, about how if we are even capable as far as we are down this hole, to even pull something together, to do something and organize something like a general strike. Because guess what? I haven't heard shit about the damn boycott, you guys. I mean, I haven't heard no results. I know it's still Cyber Monday, so maybe we're waiting. But I mean, I haven't really heard like any sort of impact. If there is any, they've kept it pretty quiet. which could be a part of their strategy. But it just seems like we are like the No Kings protest. Okay, go out on a Saturday. You gonna protest on a fucking Saturday? We can't even take one day off to strike and be like, hey, not going to work, walking out. We gonna do this for one day on a day where it actually disrupts.
So the ironic part was, I think the first No Kings protest, maybe something else, was on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and like nobody was there.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even hear about that one. Both of the ones
says the news is showing more profits, but prices are up, so I'm not sure it made a difference. It's very true.
Yeah, because clearly a lot of people didn't participate, didn't know about it, didn't care to participate, got scammed in the process of it with their little Target swag bags and all the other little bullshit. And but I just don't think that we're anywhere close to being near making any sort of movement if we can't even get our shit together. So I don't know. Sorry about all that hope bullshit, but hope is not enough, you guys. Like, there's nothing tangible to like even grasp onto to be like, yeah, I hope. Like, no, like this is a reality we in right now. So hope doesn't help you when the building's on fucking fire, okay?
Deanna brings up a good point. Even if the boycott had an impact, I wouldn't put it past these large companies to influence the news to cover it up to save their holiday season profits. Myself personally, I don't believe anything that comes out of like the mainstream news, except from Rachel Maddow. She's a real one. And Lawrence O'Donnell has been really on lately.
They might be next to be the fuck up on out of there.
Well, they just so it's called MS Now, and like they just broke off from NBC. So I think they have a little bit more independence now.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, but hey, we'll see how that goes. But nobody's safe in these media streets. I don't care how much, but I also think that the mainstream media needs to be completely changed and reconfigured once we're all said and done, because they've done a lot of damage. And if we can't get real reporters and real people to not be afraid to at least stand up to themselves when a motherfucker says quiet piggy to your face and calls you stupid to your face on national television, then you don't got no business anywhere around reporting, because you need to at least be able to call somebody a bitch and call them a fat hoe to their face if they disrespect you on camera. Okay. I wish I've
seen somebody, I forget who it was, talk about why they haven't stuck up for the other reporters, and it's like, oh, because their bosses told them not to. Big fucking deal. There's a line.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And all these men, they ain't shit. I'm sorry. Like, men are not gonna come save anybody here. They're actually struggling right now. These men ain't shit. Okay. Several ones that are cool, but hey, as you know on this channel, we don't do that not all anybody bullshit. If it ain't you, and if you ain't a weak ass punk ass man, then I ain't talking about you. Okay? And you should know that. And if you feel affronted by that, then I probably am talking about you. You might need to do some reflection. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Jolly.
Crazier by the second, and something amazing is happening. We know that for the last couple of years, people have been shopping online, but today, the shoppers I've spoken to, they actually want to be here in person, going in and out of the stores, trying on clothes, and of course, getting in on these deals. I am seeing signage like this everywhere. Sale signs.
27 people. I counted 27 people in that 26-second clip. So is the crazy in the room with us? The way that mainstream and legacy media is trying to hype up Black Friday and hype up corporate sales when they are down in the dirt because we're boycotting those bastards. In case you don't know, it's mass blackout right now, and we're not shopping corporate. We're not fucking participating in Black Friday unless it's small business only. But I keep seeing mainstream media sources that are trying to act like shopping is hopping, but it's not. See, this is corporations spending their money to drive a message to make you believe that the blackout's not happening, to make you believe that the boycott's not working, so that you'll capitulate and you'll go spend your money with the corporations who are taking their biggest hit right now, because Black Friday and the Black Friday weekend is one of the biggest shopping weekends of the entire year, and people are not shopping. The boycott is working. Hold the fucking line.
Getting crazier by the second, and something amazing.
I love
So yeah, that's pretty much what we were just talking about. The media is doing a very good job at, just putting their narrative on it. And so, and because now people don't know, they're going out and shopping, and they're like, okay. And it just looked like a regular ass shopping day. It definitely wasn't no Black Friday. And so on the standards, I guess, I just hope that we get like a, like some sort of report or some sort of like, after tomorrow, somebody looks at it and really looks at like what damage it may or may not have done, or kind of some results of the weekend. You know what I mean? Because I just still have yet to see anything like that. But keep an eye out for that too, Katie. Are we moving on to? Oh yeah, this is still our. So there were other things that weren't so great that happened in.
I don't think this guy sleeps.
Huh?
I don't think Aaron Parnas sleeps.
I don't either. He must just be like on the constant.
Jazzy says sales look horrible. I didn't buy, but I was browsing on Amazon and noticed they changed the original prices to higher one than did a sale, so the price was actually closer to the original. Yeah, that's, as my husband likes to say, that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's so whack. So more bullshit happened over the weekend. Go ahead and run it.
It says, if you can't read it, it says Major Trump illegally deports 19-year-old student on her way to surprise her family for Thanksgiving.
And more people need to be talking about, and that's the Trump administration deported a 19-year-old college student who was on her way to surprise her family for Thanksgiving illegally. Okay. There was a federal court order blocking her removal, and the Trump administration removed her from the country to Honduras anyway. Her name, according to ABC7, is Annie Lucia Lopez Beloza. She entered the United States from Honduras when she was 8 years old. She was a college student in Boston, was about to board her flight to go visit her family in Texas for Thanksgiving to surprise them. Airport authorities told her to step aside, and next thing you know, she was deported to Honduras. Only problem? Court documents, according to her lawyers, show that a federal judge previously blocked her deportation. A federal judge ordered the government not to remove the 19-year-old from the United States and not to transfer her outside of Massachusetts. And yet, despite that, the Trump administration violated the court order and sent her directly to Honduras. This is a major news story that people need to know about, so spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. I'll have much more to come very soon. We have a major...
And you know what's something interesting about, like, the stuff regarding... I'm learning more about, like, the DACA recipients and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them that, like, didn't even realize that they weren't here legally.
Yeah.
Or that they weren't born here, because you don't have, I mean, who remembers shit from when they were 3?
Yeah, exactly. Or like when you were born and shit, like.
And people don't realize this, and it's, people just don't think, and it's just.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just the daily thing that happens on Thanksgiving in America now. We just go ahead and kidnap people, deport people, terrorize.
Next one. News. America. This was from a day ago. America wakes up to horrific news as 4 dead, 10 others shot during a mass shooting at a children's party. Jesus. I'll play this and then I'll say how I feel, because
We have some really horrific news about the mass shooting in Stockton, California overnight. 4 people have been confirmed dead. 10 others have been confirmed injured. 14 people were struck by a bullet during a children's birthday party at a banquet hall right near an ice cream shop in Stockton, California, near the Dairy Queen. According to local officials, the 4 people who were killed, some of which were children, juveniles to adults. That's 14 people shot in one night at a children's birthday party. 4 people have lost their lives, and it's possibly that number is going to rise. 10 others were shot. A number of them are currently in the hospital. We don't know what their condition is. Once again, we're waking up on a Sunday morning and we're seeing devastation in our communities. It's incredibly important that we do not normalize this situation. We cannot normalize mass shootings in America. I'll provide you more updates as we learn more, so follow along.
Go ahead, Katie.
When is it going to stop? A children's party. And these people, like, there was a shooting the Wednesday before Thanksgiving involving the National Guard. And the one who passed away, unfortunately, had said previously, like, she didn't know why they were even there. And they don't even talk about her. They didn't even do the flag half mast we had for Charlie fucking Kirk. They do it like, this is just, these are children. These were people just trying to celebrate a birthday party. It just makes it so terrifying that, like, nothing is safe. And it makes me just want to hold my kid as tight as possible and just do everything to protect her. Like, this is insane. Why do we need these fucking guns? Why do we need access to them? And it's not even that, like, people go out and find them. People, like, 3D print them and do, like, all this shit. What the fuck? You know, the countries that outlie or, like, where guns are illegal, they have maybe double digits of mass shootings in a year. Maybe double digits. So it's not the people, the bad guys with guns. It is guns. And I don't care. I've never shot a gun. I've never owned a gun. I will never touch a gun in real life. Video games, that's a different story. But that's video games. Video games in real life are two totally different things. This is not a fucking video game, and you can't put in a cheat code to be revived. This is fucking children. These are real people every day dying from bullshit like this. And it is getting normalized. And it never, ever should be. Look at all of these school shootings. Look at just all of these, like, families who have lost people due to gun violence at unexpected places like malls, schools, churches, mosques, temples. Like, what the fuck?
And we're just,
that's
what did that one bitch do with Megyn Kelly? Pretty much just did that. Like, I just think as a whole, this whole weekend was a whole bunch of bullshit. I think people need to miss me with their bullshit. Like, oh, we're so thankful. You're so thankful. Bitch, you ain't thankful for shit. I don't want to hear it. Just go stuff your face and go buy your goddamn swag bag and shut the fuck up. Because we cannot have a fucking one day of what we supposed to be thankful on without some bullshit. And all these people like are so complicit and just let this shit happen. Nobody is held accountable. Nobody's even doing anything about it. Nobody gives a fuck. So fuck your thanks. Fuck all that shit. Fuck your nice holiday, because you don't care if you don't care. Somebody literally just went and just shot up a fucking birthday party full of children. Why don't you take if you got beef? Because I heard it was some whole a gang shit. Okay, why don't these grown adults go and shoot themselves in the face like the old days? Like, take 3 steps and then turn around, boom, and then just shoot yourselves in the face and end it there. Okay, leave the children the fuck out of it. But I'm just getting sick of everybody acting like they give a fuck when they don't. We don't give a fuck. So stop saying you're so fucking thankful and you're so fucking sad and heartbroken, because you're not. Like, because we are literally watching this shit over and over and over again, and nobody's doing a fucking thing. So until I see some actual care and change into stopping this shit, don't come over here talking to make money, because I'm gonna shut it down.
So Lizzie brought up, do you guys follow Brett Cross? I do not.
No, I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. Feel free to give us some info in the chat about
but Jazzy also brings up a good point. Like, little kids training in the event a scary person with a gun would hurt them. It's so strange. And I do completely agree. with what you're saying, May. And these are also the same people who are like, oh, I'm so thankful for blah, blah. These are also the people who are like, I don't care about kids in Gaza being dead. They're not my kids. It's not my family. But I do think that there is two things can be true at the same time in some cases. So like for me, I always do, no matter what is going on, I do reflect on Thanksgiving. And there are still, and yes, there is a lot of fucked up shit, but there is still some things like in my life that I reflect upon that I am thankful for. Like for me, I'm thankful for meeting you and our friendship that we've made over these past months. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for my daughter. I'm thankful for like where I am in my career with music and stuff. So I can still feel that. I feel like I can still feel those things, but I can still be angry.
Absolutely. But I also think that people that genuinely feel thankful for the things that they have don't need a single day. They're thankful every day. They're thankful, or something will pop out on a random day that, might not even be a very good day. You know what I mean? I find myself.
I totally get that. I think for me, just with how crazy shit has been, that when stuff gets so busy and so crazy, Thanksgiving is a good time for me to like stop and be like, wait.
Oh, for sure.
Take a step back.
I was definitely thankful for that week-long break now. No, don't get it twisted. May Money was chilling. Okay.
So Lizzie said that Brett Cross is a gun reform activist in Texas. His son died in the Uvalde shooting. Which is horrific. The fact that and that's where people are always like, oh, the thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Really? Because there was over a dozen good guys just standing out there.
Yeah.
Letting children die.
Too scared to go in and all sorts of shit. Yeah.
So
that one was tough. That one was. Yeah, because I thought y'all was a gun. I thought the gun just gave you the superpowers. We'll get your ass up there and get to saving lives and stuff. Y'all was standing out there outside with the guns. So I just miss me with all this bullshit, man. I'm so fucking sick of it. Ugh. Are we done with this segment?
Don't forget the pearl clutching. Okay, we've got, I think, 2 more.
Okay. Oh, I think we got some good stuff coming.
2 more.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, no, fuck that one.
Okay.
I was supposed to change it out, but whatever.
What about this one?
No, isn't that the same one?
No.
Oh, okay. Fuck that one. Just do, I think it's The Goose is Loose.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
This is another thing that we mentioned that happened on Thanksgiving with the National Guard member. This is actually my friend Gustavo. We grew up together, and I saw this on his Instagram, and I was thinking about this, and so anyway, he really speaks real on that incident that happened out in DC with the National Guard.
When are all the officers of the military and the police force going to realize that they're just pawns? Y'all are just pawns, bro, in a bigger game. Y'all keep defending the king. Y'all keep defending the system that ain't working. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all keep defending it. Like, come on now. Do you want to be next? That's the question. Do you want to be next? That's one thing you got to think about. You feel me? Do you want to be next? Because what they got you doing out there, you're just a sitting duck. You're just a sitting duck defending Donald Duck and Scrooge McDuck. Now watch out, because the goose is loose. And y'all are just ducks, and I'm the goose. Because there is no law. You feel me? Government officials are just doing what they want. Right? So there is no law to uphold. You're just collecting a paycheck. Let's keep it a buck. I mean, I love y'all. You are people too. But you don't have to frame this in your head as, oh, I'm upholding the law. No, you're not. You're collecting a paycheck, bro. All y'all, okay? I mean, it's love. You are a human being, but you're collecting a paycheck. You're not upholding the law. I'm just wondering,
Jazzy brings up a good point. Not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but there was something genuinely weird with that shooting. With anything that's been happening recently, including like Charlie Kirk and all the way back to the shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania, things have not sat right.
Yeah. Even the election, all that.
Yeah. There's stuff that is just not sitting right at all with all of this, and it's very frustrating, especially when people are like, you can't regrow an ear, you're not a starfish. So there's just a lot.
No, that cartilage don't do that. But one thing I want to touch in on what Gustavo was saying was that, first of all, because after that shooting happened, they were talking about they wanted to send 500 more National Guards out there. Like, first of all, they shouldn't have been there in the first place. There was no need for them to be there. So that person died needlessly. Secondly, bitch, if I was a National Guard, I'm like, no, hell no, to the fuck to the no. I'm not going out there just to be sitting out there and getting shot at. Bitch, you go out there and sit your ass out there. Because I'm not going to go in National Guard and sit outside and guard, the lawn or whatever and get shot at. Fuck that. No, I quit.
Yeah, something that's always been fishy is how fast they came up with these theories on what happened. There's no way that a proper investigation was held. It was just people like fucking Patel and Hegseth and shit trying to get their TV ratings.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. I just feel terrible for the woman that died, the man that is hurt, and that none of those National Guard members should have been there at all. They should have been home with their families, chilling, or whatever, minding their own business, because there's no need for them to be there in the fucking first place. And they really tried to go ahead and send out more. I can't stand.
And that was after a judge said it was unlawful for them to be there in the first place.
Yeah. So that actually leads us into our next segment here. So please be sure to comment and share and subscribe. We love y'all being here. We got a nice little crew up in the house tonight too. So thanks so much for being here on our live chat and engaging with us. We really do enjoy it. It makes it so much more fun for us. But yeah, we gotta talk about a little somebody. Pete Hegseth is a fucking douche.
All right.
Yep, let's go.
The turkey trot when they suddenly get a threatening call. Peter Thiel must be released from their jail, or Pete Hegseth and the Department of War will be sent in. We then get a dramatic entrance from the Secretary of War.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pete Hegseth, the Department of War!
He demands that Peter Thiel gets released from jail, and Yates still thinks that Thiel is Totoro, which is stupidly funny. Yates refuses to release him, and Hegseth threatens him while Instagram live streaming, of course. So I'll give you a quick rundown on Pete Hegseth. We already know he's the Secretary of War, but what is his background like? At heart, he's always been a politician, studying at Princeton University, where he started work on a conservative newspaper. He became an infantry officer in the National Guard, then deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. After his service, he went back into politics and did some work on Fox News, and eventually he became a Trump sycophant. So now that he has power, he spends his time making Instagram edits like he's Chris Kyle or something. He had no notable achievements while he was deployed, but he definitely sees himself as some sort of war hero. Oh yeah, he's also been accused of closeted drinking. This isn't just a single rumor either. Multiple former colleagues say Hegseth was drunk on repeated occasion, sometimes so much that he had to be carried out of events. Some of them even said they could smell booze on him while he was working. So Yates isn't intimidated by him at all and just kicks him out of the station. Obviously, Matt and Trey are satirizing that Hegseth isn't the beacon of masculinity he tries to portray online. In the next scene, we see the South Park Community Center, where most people in the town are registering for the turkey trot. The boys are concerned with how many people are registering for the race, but Cartman assures them that he's been scouting and doesn't see any real threat for now. Wendy and her friends show up, and Cartman laughs this off, assuming the girls have absolutely no chance.
Hey guys, what's up?
I put the Pete Hegseth timestamps just to be safe on with the South Park stuff, because I don't know, they kind of got us last time a little bit. So can you just pay attention to the timestamps? But yes, closeted drinker. I'm like, bruh, Can you please be open with your shit just like everybody the fuck else so that you don't get hired for the Department of fucking Defense on accident or some shit? Jeez. Ugh.
We then get to see Pete Hegseth doing one of his cringy Instagram edits to show how much of a badass he is. In the middle of this, he gets a call from President Trump, who scolds him for not getting Peter Thiel back yet. And Hegseth responds that he's going to need the full support of the Department of War.
I'll need all our tanks and guns and dudes.
Trump then tells him not to just make a bunch of content, but to actually go and do something this time. In the next scene, we see the town getting ready for the big race. A news reporter is interviewing people, and he goes over to Cartman to talk about his strategy using race science. Cartman explains that nowadays a lot of people are trying to debunk science, like how vaccines and science is science. Cartman goes to meet with his team, and to his surprise, Token isn't there. Apparently, Token made the political decision.
Oh, can I add something in, Katie? Because it's also kind of skippy. You can go to the next timestamp too. Just to get through this part. It's because I want to show the Pete Hegseth funny parts because we got to get into his ass a little bit. One thing that wasn't mentioned while Katie gets set up, dude should have been held accountable for the signal chat that happened like within the first.
There wasn't just one, there was a couple.
There was 2, maybe 3, 4 of them. You know, I would say two big ones that we saw. We don't know about what we didn't see. That should have been the first fucking been like, nah, bitch, you gotta go. Because you over here on a drug dealer app talking about war plans. And I think that bombing might have been fucking illegal. Shit.
It's not might. It is. Because
right.
If an enemy has clearly surrendered, my husband and I are talking about this. If an enemy has clearly surrendered or is not incapacitated to fight back, it is literally illegal and a war crime.
So I don't know why we acting all flabbergasted now when we could have been addressed this a long time ago. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. All right, keep going.
Oh, this part was hilarious.
Meanwhile, Hegseth is scouting the town and gives a line that also competes for the funniest of the episode.
Holy shit, we've got an Antifa uprising!
He tells his soldiers that the town is starting an insurrection, but nothing is going to stop them from getting Peter Thiel back. Cartman shows up at Token's house to confront him about dropping out of the race. Token is playing Arc Raiders. I've seen this game all over.
Oh, definitely skip that. He talks about Arc Raiders for quite a bit. Nerd! Just kidding. Thank you for your work, sir.
Fired! Shots fired!
Hegseth goes into full content mode, saying they're under attack by liberal terrorists. He starts giving orders on how they're going to stop this woke liberal mob, but he makes sure to emphasize that it's about getting content.
I want you posting on Instagram and Twitter.
Homeland Security shows up, led by the beautiful Kristi Noem, to come support the Department of War. Instead of working together and making plans, they just fight over whose content this is. Cartman has managed to lure Token to the...
Oh my god. Oh, I love this. Oh, she also shoots another dog in the scene. I don't know if you guys saw that. I thought that was hilarious. Because I kind of forgot they had that running thing. But, yeah, let's just close this little recap out. And then we'll get
everyone at the race. The best cover of Danger Zone I've ever heard, and also the only one. But this song's going to be stuck in my head for at least a few weeks. Yates then confronts him, and Hegseth puts up his tough guy act. Throughout this entire episode, Yates and Mitch look at him as a complete joke, making the most incompetent police officers ever just assert dominance over him throughout this episode was a power move by Matt and Trey. Token eventually finds Cartman.
Okay, so if you haven't seen the other plot lines in the story, we're not going to go too much into them. But...
Did you see how he fucking went after Mark Kelly and was like, oh, I saw all those medals on his uniform and it doesn't mean anything. He's not a real real veteran or whatever. This is coming from Pete Hegseth, who literally was taken off of duty, like to go overseas because he has Christian nationalist tattoos.
He is He
That's
is so
why
embarrassing.
That's why they tried to make that order a little while ago.
Fucking douche. That shit was stuck in my head for like 2 days after I watched that first episode.
I watched that episode in my parents' house, and my dad's like, "Why do I know that song?" I'm like, "Oh."
But yeah, so that was just a little fun before we really get into this guy. But I really wanted to really stick in how stupid this man is and how unqualified and like incapable he was to even have this job. And the fact that we even have to talk about him is insane to me. I didn't know who he was until he got this job. You know what I mean? I had no idea, and I didn't care to know who the fuck he was. He could have easily done whatever the fuck he was doing, being a closeted drunkard on Fox News, and that would have been fine with me. But no, he wanted to be the Department of Defense and changing names and insulting real generals and sending drug dealer app text about with war plans all over it, and just the worst type of things that imaginable at someone of with holding the security of this country in our hands. Like we are sitting ducks. Like we are in real dangerous water. We have been since that Yemen thing, since the Signal Gate thing happened, because people are like, we can't send our information out to these fucking idiots in America. Like we can't send intelligence to them. They just gonna send it out on the damn, leave it in the bathroom and shit.
Yep. Leave it by the toilet.
Yeah. I like that. All right, let's get into our next. And
here is Aaron Parnas again.
Thank you.
We have major news right now. A large group of former military lawyers have concluded that Pete Hegseth and anyone under him who took part in the illegal strikes in the Southern Caribbean have likely committed war crimes, murder, or both. War crimes if we are technically in an international armed conflict with these cartels. If we're not, then lawfully it's murder under federal law and under military law. And Pete Hegseth and anyone who executed the orders that were, quote, patently illegal could face criminal charges. A new statement issued by Just Security has a group of former JAG officers who created a group following Pete Hegseth's firing of multiple JAG officers earlier this year, have concluded that Hegseth's orders violate international law, violate American law, and that anyone should and could be prosecuted for murder, war crimes, or even both. Spread the word. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. More to come very soon, so stay tuned for more.
Thanks, Aaron. You've been holding up the show, buddy.
You don't fuck with military lawyers, dude.
No. What does JAG stand for? Do you know? I haven't been lazy. Let me look it up.
What does JAG stand for?
Yeah, Katie on it.
Judge Advocate General. The legal branch of a country's armed forces.
Okay, that's helpful.
JAG is literally military lawyers.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So Thank you. If there's people in the military that you don't want to fuck with, it's them.
Oh, for sure. All right, so on this next one, we're gonna run this one a little bit longer because we get some really. I actually ran into this today. Ended up kind of changing out the whole doc, making it easier on Katie, because I thought that this interview with Don Lemon, with the man in this interview, was really, really good. So let's go ahead and tap into this one, you guys.
I just like the dance.
I want to begin with an interview that really stopped me in my tracks, because it's not every day that you hear a retired commanding general of the United States Army speak the way that General Mark Hertling spoke. It was a fascinating interview. And when a man like that chooses his words carefully, when he slows down, when he takes a moment, takes the time, and he lifts his eyebrows, you know, just a little. If you watch him, he's a very moderated guy all the time, but he was particularly moderated on this interview when he says that what happened, he believes, in September on those boats in Venezuela and in the waters there, that it was illegal, that it was immoral, that it is dangerous. You see the weight of his career behind him and a career behind it. And you see a man who has commanded soldiers in life and death situations. He even talks you know, in this interview about some of the situations that he's been in, a man who has taught the law of armed conflict, and a man who understands not just what war is, but what war requires. Here's General Hertling.
Not a lawyer, but I will tell you that if a senior official urged someone else, a military person, to conduct such a strike, then we are morally bound to ask additional questions that any democracy should be asking. Were these unlawful orders? It appears they were. Were they issued or were they implied? We don't know that. That's part of an investigation. Did the service member feel pressured to act unlawfully? We don't know that either. Were there the attempts to suppress the supporting? Was additional guidance provided? These aren't political questions, Joe. These are constitutional ones, legal ones, and moral injury ones.
And you hear something there, and he said it appears that there were legal.
Go ahead and pause there.
He said something in there that this country is not
I
used
like
to
how
hearing
he
on
says,
national television.
Can you pause it? Oh, sorry. I couldn't tell if you could hear me or not.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. He says moral injury. And that's something that I never really thought about, but I felt before I really it was articulated in that way to me. Like, people are accidentally doing immoral shit. And once you cross that line and murder somebody,
that's something you can come back from.
You can't come back from that shit. And that's really damaging to people. And I think that's super important. But of course, we don't care about anybody else and how people feel and how just that can affect, people. And so that's why I think that this military kind of law and order is put in place to protect not only, everybody else, but to protect the soldiers that are having to carry out these things, because these aren't easy things to do. And to accidentally do something out of like somebody else's evil heart, is really fucked up. And I never thought about it that way. And so I just really hope people think about that a little bit differently. You know what I mean?
Something that my cousin brought up at Thanksgiving was actually a really good point, because we did get onto the conversation about, well, what is and what isn't an unlawful order.
Mm-hmm.
And he had said that, people of his, I don't remember what his rank was in the military, but he said that those especially that are on the ground fighting, they don't have like if they're getting like shot at or stuff is happening, like it's not their place to think like, hey, is this an unlawful order? Like, hey, follow whatever your sergeant, or I don't know military terms, like whoever's above you is telling you. So it is their place to say this is or isn't unlawful, because it's not just putting it's putting so many lives at risk.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, you could get hurt, your people could get hurt, and so you have to have that trust that your leader isn't going to just like bark some order at you in the middle of some shit, and you know what I mean? So that trust, even just starting from the top, is so important. And they don't have that. They don't have that security that these people are going to just tell them to do some old bullshit. And
Jazzy brings up a good point. Fear of retaliation too.
Yeah, well, either way, you're getting retaliation. Just because it doesn't happen immediately doesn't mean that your ass isn't going to jail for some illegal shit, for murder. Okay, I'm just letting you know that right now. I need for people to stop thinking about the shit that's happening right in front of them and thinking about the long-term effects of shit. If we keep going down this fucking road, like, okay, you got retaliated against now, but you didn't do illegal shit. But down the line, when this is all said and done, and you did some illegal shit, war crime, criminal type shit, you're really gonna get it retaliated against. So that argument is bullshit to me. Don't be fucking stupid. I know that's a hard ass nowadays.
Wait a minute.
Hear a general say out loud that the Secretary of Defense, when he says it appears, issued an unlawful order. Listen to it.
Soldiers or anyone who is asked to pull a trigger in this kind of situation not only does it illegally based on what they've been taught, but that also creates, and the reason we have these rules is to avoid moral injury for those individuals.
Okay, Jazzy.
So let me tell you why that matters. And it matters a lot. He's speaking the truth here. He and Senator Mark Kelly, I believe, are speaking the truth, are the clearest voices in this moment that speak from just a sense of knowing, having been there. General Hertling is not a partisan pundit. He's not a blowtorch on social media. As I said, he's a very moderated man. He's a grown-up. He's an adult. He's one of the most respected voices on military ethics in America. And when he was asked about the Washington Post reporting that Pete Hegseth ordered the U.S. force to kill everybody on a civilian vessel, including survivors clinging to wreckage, he didn't hesitate. He said, if you want to say the quiet part out loud, he just said it out loud, that it was an illegal order. And it looks like it was. He said that every service member is trained to refuse illegal orders. Listen.
The reason we have these rules is to avoid moral injury for those individuals. And doing any of this, along with some of the other things that we have watched happen, the Secretary of Defense disparaging legal oversight, sidelining JAG officers, eliminating the press to report on such actions, or treat accountability for such actions as the enemy. They do more than risk unlawful actions. They weaken the moral foundation that makes our military so great.
And that's what's happening right now. In this interview, he also hearkened back to all of those senior military officials and generals and such being summoned to Washington, to the Pentagon, and then being told that they, had to change what they were doing because I guess the Hegseth rule, the Trump rule, they want them to behave a certain way, which may be unconstitutional, which would possibly go against the military code of justice. General Hertling said that there's no ambiguity here, that there is no interpretation gap, that there is no gray zone, that it is illegal. And he's saying this is where the moral fabric of the United States military was being stressed and tattered and torn because of the leadership of Pete Hegseth. So Pete Hegseth is not only responsible, Donald Trump is responsible, even more so, because he put someone who's unqualified in this position.
Yeah, this is just... There's still some timestamps left, but I think that he got the point across pretty well, unless there's something I'm missing. You're muted.
There's one more where the Hertling speaks, I think.
Okay.
And General Hertling said something.
Shoot, sorry. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
That abandons abiding by these kinds of laws, Geneva Conventions, law of land warfare, they cease to be American. And a military that fails to investigate serious allegations of this kind of conflicts invites tragedy at the strategic, the moral, and the human domain.
So that's not a cable news soundbite right there. That is a warning from someone who has seen what happens when guardrails break. And we're at a guardrail breaking moment. This is a glass breaking moment. I can't tell you how serious this is. Everyone should be paying attention to this. This is not a...
Okay.
I get it. Yeah. No, that's what I was trying to... that's just crazy.
The glass is already broken.
Yeah,
At this point, At this point, the glass has been broken for a while, and they're literally just throwing it at people.
Yeah, I'm tired of people talking about, oh, we're almost there, or this is where we're headed. I'm like, oh, bitch, I don't know. You can check that Trump tracker. We had 1901 as of yesterday. That's what it said last time I checked. We passed over
that, Jazzy.
So I'm pretty sure the glass has been broken. Why are we talking about this shit like we ain't in it? Like shit in it. it's almost gonna be a full year.
Well, to you,
they got back.
You ever notice when you're like, oh, excuse me. You ever notice when you're like watching movies and there's a movie where it's about like a country that has a dictatorship, and you're watching a movie and you're watching something like the news on TV, and you say to yourself, like, how can people not realize what they're in? That's where we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm tired of us talking about this shit like it's in some distant future, or like we're headed towards it, or acting like it's in the past. Or we need to address the situation like with reality. You know what I mean? Talking, because even just that type of thing of saying like, oh, we're headed, the guardrails are going to be broken, even that is almost damaging in a way, because it's like it keeps people from acting accordingly. You know what I mean? I still have time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people are procrastinators. Like, they still think there's time to spare.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And yes, we did see that fucked up Franklin. I don't know who the fuck drug Franklin out of the fucking 90s, but that ain't cool. Leave our 90s fucking cartoons the fuck alone. They tried that shit with Pokemon. I'm sure they got up in their asshole for that. That Franklin, come on now. Really? Like, they really
true, Jazzy. There are too many distractions to keep us focused. Because I know for me, like, I like to use technology for certain things. And like, so I'm a pit musician, so I'll use technology to like play my music on it. But since I've been doing Rent and directing Rent, I tried having like electronics on for a while, and then I literally went back to like the original of like Post-its and notebooks and writing stuff down, because there comes a point with electronics and stuff that it becomes too distracting, and it gives you like a crutch that you don't need.
So. Yeah, but also now we've gotten so far into the point where we need it to even get the news that we want or that we need. So we're stuck in but now at this point, the only way that we can improve our situation is if we actually start to utilize the tools that we have now that we've crossed over to this point where newspapers and shit aren't really helpful anymore. We have to use our shit correctly. We can't just have people all over the internet just running amok, doing AI and fooling the old folks and talking Nazi shit. And yeah, we have to have some sort of something, but we'll get there. Because right now we can't even get our feet together. Franklin, yeah, dude. Franklin would never. They don't know Franklin like we do. So leave Franklin the fuck out of this. I don't know what kind of you must have found Franklin's bumfuck cousin, because that ain't the Franklin I know.
If you just saw me gesturing, my husband was putting my little one to bed, and she has these two little stuffed Elmos just kind of staring at me as he carried her in.
Oh, that's funny. I love it. Elmo's my
homie. All right, so here we go.
Okay, exit messaging. Palette cleanser.
You see, what people in this administration are failing to realize, people like Whiskey Pete and Christy Nom Nom, is that a snake will always be a snake. And he's going to throw them under the bus the first chance he gets, because he doesn't want to go to prison. Meanwhile, they'll be passed around for cigarettes in there. And once they get in one of your holes, they get in all your holes. And then you have loose holes. They need to start singing like canaries. Why are you standing up for someone that will easily throw you under the bus? We have seen it time and time again. He takes no accountability. Meanwhile, he needs to be in a Shady Pines prison himself. All right? That's what's happening. You see, what people in this administration are failing to realize, people like
Love that. Appreciate you, Shonda.
They're gonna have lots of loose holes after being in prison. And it's exactly what you think, honey. You should see his face right now. He's like, it's exactly what you think. Like, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like, y'all think y'all safe here. The poor little ICE agents, all of them getting scooped up. They gonna need to make some room.
I think it was like it was some kind of hearing with Congress, and it's gonna be that time. I'm getting tired.
Mm-hmm.
But Jasmine Crockett was interviewing someone who I guess was a lawyer for Trump at some point. And he's like, yeah, I defended her, like the president or whatever. And she looked at him and went, oh, and you still have your bar card? Because like most of the people who were lawyers for him get disbarred. Like,
oh, damn.
Like Rudy Giuliani and shit like that.
All of them. Yeah.
Mostly, yeah. She's like, wow, I'm surprised. You're the only one.
Damn.
Yeah. Because Jasmine Crockett's a lawyer and she does not play.
Oh my God. Hey, Jazzy said, well, you ain't fucking with Lil Bill. No, I feel you. Lil Bill, don't even come over here with the Lil Bill. I love Lil Bill.
I love Josh Johnson, so I'm excited to hear what he has to say.
It used to be an event. It was the closest that we've come as a country to the purge. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, like, okay, you are a Best Buy. You are a Best Buy somewhere in America. You know that you got 100 people camped outside from the night before to get these TVs. You know 300 more people are coming to get these TVs. You know you only have 12 TVs. Why is there an inventory issue now? Do you know what I mean? This is the recipe for a riot. This is the exact equation. 100 plus 300 minus 12 is bricks. How did you not plan better? And then you'll know, remember the footage. We'd see the footage from Black Friday all over the country. People just wailing. People punching old people in the face. We were watching our society crumble. And like, there was never like a police presence. The first year caught us all off guard, all right? I don't even remember what year it was, maybe like 2006, whatever. First year that Black Friday came and it was like, everyone started fighting and everybody charging through to get in and stuff like that. It took everybody by surprise. I get it. The next year, you should have prepared. One day a year where we would just go absolutely batshit. You never saw anybody get arrested. They're on the news. Do you know what I mean? Like their faces on the news fighting, like fighting for the toy, right? And then like trying to hold on to a toy and they getting their licks in between gripping and readjusting their grip on the toy. I wonder if now that it's so easy, now that Black Friday is just this formality where you just, click, get the deals sent right to your house. I wonder if anyone who engaged in the violence is embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, because think about it, because you couldn't have known what the future was going to bring. But if you had just been a little bit more patient and let the technology catch up to the demand, you wouldn't have had to rock so many nanas. You know what I mean? And just telling that story makes me sound old because there are young people right now who will never understand what any of that was like, So now I'm sitting here, I'm talking to my grandkids, and I'm like, your nana got curb stomped for me to get a PS5 because she loved me, all right? Black Friday used to be an event. It was the closest that we've...
That's funny.
Yeah.
So you said you checked last night, the Trump tracker. This is today, 1909.
Oh, so we just got a good 8 that got added to the chart for the total. Look at that, guys. We just moving right along.
And the highest category in this is undermining democracy. No fucking shit. I'm sure they're gonna break this up into even more categories soon.
495. Which one does that say?
Suppressing dissent.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the 398 one is anti-immigrant or militarized nationalism.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, that's gotten a lot higher. For sure. Yep. So because I kind of let it tick up on my ass. I hadn't checked it in a while. And I was like, ooh, damn. Okay, we hit the 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. checking all the boxes, you guys. Anyway, so that's our show for the day. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you guys had a good time. We had a few laughs in there, a few harder things to talk about, but I think we had a really good time just hanging out and discussing some of these things that happened over the week. I'm back at school. Katie over here finishing with her rent, I think.
Yeah, I've got tech week starting tomorrow. So I'll be basically never home and never around.
But yeah, anywho, maybe I'll sneak in a May Money's apartment studio sometime this week, or I don't know. Let's try to sneak in some clips and things like that. Oh, thanks, Jazzy.
Oh, thanks, Elliot.
And Lizzie, thanks for being
here.
Deanna, thanks so much, y'all. It's always nice to have engagement in the chat, and I like to see y'all chatting with each other too. That's always just makes me feel good, like we have a good community going. So anyway, keep an eye out on our Instagram. Keep an eye out on like anything. We got a few pop-ups maybe coming up this week. Keeping an eye on the news. Check us out on the Don Lemon Show. I'm pretty sure we'll be on there sometime this week because we were off last week, so they got to make it up to us. Y'all know where to catch us. Anywho, keep it gangsta out there. We'll see y'all next time.
All I said was there's evil afoot. Evil!